As society progresses and becomes more advanced, we start to change the way we eat to suit our busy schedules. Many people often go to fast food restaurants for the good tasting food, convenience, as well as cheap prices. What most people don't know is that many fast food chains offer extremely unhealthy foods that contain many food additives and genetically modified organisms that can be harmful to your health.
Do you eat fast food?
No, I don't. I haven't had McDonald's French fries or burgers since I was about 16 years old.
How often do you eat fast food?
About twice a week.
Right. Where do you like to go when you go to eat fast food?
Usually McDonald's or Wendy's. I eat fast food probably twice a week, 3 times.
Do you eat fast food? If so, how often?
I do eat fast food, but not very often.
Okay. Do you know what goes into the food you're eating?
I watched a commercial tonight. McDonald's has a whole commercial about you send us questions that we're answering you, and they say it's only use 6 cuts of beef, Canadian raised beef, and they say they only put in salt and pepper.
Yeah. So would you want to know what goes into the food you're eating right now?
Not particularly.
Okay. All right.
Favorite fast food meal? Probably a Big Mac combo.
I think they serve a function. I mean, 20% of American meals last year were eaten in a car. So I guess a lot of people are using that kind of food, but it's a symbol of our fast lifestyle. It's not exactly healthy.
Do you know the health implications of eating these fast foods, and like what's your opinion on also GMOs?
I don't really know a lot about that.
So do you know what goes into the food that you eat though?
I don't know what goes into my food.
You know what goes into it, the chemicals and additives? What's your opinion on the genetically modified parts that go into these food products?
I have no idea if food is genetically modified or not.
With these foods here, are the plants genetically modified, or is it all natural?
No, it's mostly they are natural.
Okay.
One way to help reduce the use of GMOs is to get educated and simply not eat foods that contain it. Patience and portioning are tactics that should be practiced to help eliminate the modifications of our food. GMOs produce more crops versus growing them naturally. Yet if we allow our food to cultivate at its own natural rate and portion the foods we eat, a demand to have more than what we actually need will decrease, leading to more natural methods to produce our food. The bottom line is that genetically modified foods are just not natural and have not been proven to be safe. In America, there are no labels to inform consumers that they are about to eat genetically modified foods that come from a lab and not from the earth. Now that's scary.
Fast food is bad for you. It's because you have high calorie, high sodium, and high saturated fat intake whenever you take any fast food. The problem with that is that in the long term, it can actually affect your health in a bad way. Short term, you gain weight, but long term, you have problem with your arteries because it clogs your arteries, Omar. It makes you gain weight, and it increases your blood pressure. Usually when people think about something being bad, they think about sugar, but sodium or salt is a big culprit because in the long run, it increases the risk of blood pressure, therefore increasing the risk of strokes and heart attacks. And when you take sodium, it takes about 10 days for your body to get rid of it. But for sugar, your body maybe gets rid of it in about 24 hours. The other complication of fast foods and eating fast foods on a regular basis is, of course, medical complications. Once you're obese and you have a body mass index more than 25 to 27, your risk of medical complications is higher. So you're at higher risk for diabetes. You're at higher risk for surgical complications. And for women who are obese, their lifespan is decreased by about 7 years at age 40 compared to somebody of the same age but a lower body mass index. And for men, the age at age 40, their lifespan is decreased by about 6 years compared to somebody of a much lower body mass index.
So we're done with the unhealthy fast food chains now. Throughout the research that we've done as well as the interviews, we've come to realize that the fast food chains that many people think are healthy, such as Subway, aren't actually as healthy as they think. So we're going to go to an alternative fast food chain, Freshie, which is also in the area, that offers healthy food on the go.
Many different healthier options and healthier choices than your typical fast food restaurant. We focus on fresh, clean fruits and vegetables and minimally processed meats such as beef, chicken, and salmon. All of our salmon is wild, it isn't farmed at all, and we really celebrate the healthy aspect of eating on the go. Our mission statement or our goal is to provide healthy, nutritious food to people on the go. And our goal is to energize. And I know that a lot of fast food restaurants, they'll give you some good tasting food, but you may not feel energized after you eat it. You may not feel that great. But with us, our food tastes good and you'll feel good afterwards. As you can see over here, we have just a small display of the many different fruits and vegetables and meats that we offer. And we also focus on the nutritional benefits that they offer as well, such as the antioxidants, the fiber, and just calcium, minerals, all those good things that your body does need. Another thing is that we focus on fresh foods, so nothing has been pre-cooked, or if it has been pre-cooked, it's been minimally pre-cooked. We try to avoid any processed foods, and you can actually see us as we make it, and we're proud of what we do. And we welcome everyone to come at least give us a shot, give us a try if you want some healthy food.
Thank you very much.
So where do we go from here? One, when people think about fast food, they only think about KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, and so on. But really, many of the restaurants that are sold as healthy, such as teriyaki and so on, they're loaded with sodium and saturated fats. So how do you make your choices? So you would have to go, number one, read the calories, sodium, and also saturated fat amount in each amount of food that you take. For example, people think a fish burger may be healthier than a hamburger. As a matter of fact, that's not true. Because the fish burger, once you crust it, you fry it, and you put the tartar sauce on it, then actually it has become a sponge for saturated fats. So you have a lot more saturated fat in a fish burger than a hamburger. So you need to know the amount of calories you're taking, the amount of sodium you're taking, and the amount of carbohydrate you're taking, the amount of saturated fat you're taking. So the best is look at your intake of all those items I mentioned above, and also follow the Canada Health Guideline for your weight and height by knowing your body mass index, your family history, and your risks of health. If you're diabetic, you need to know your calorie intake. Thank you.
Alright, so we just interviewed one of the workers from Subway, and he was the first person from one of the fast food restaurants that we interviewed. And the one thing that he told us was that that was a little controversial, is that Subway's fast foods and additives, which include their vegetables and meats that they use, even the bread as well, don't have any additives and are completely healthy and all natural. The thing is though, from our research, we found that there are certain chemicals in the bread which have caused a little bit of controversy with Subway, and they announced that they're going to be removing this from their bread. The chemical is azodicarbonamide, and this chemical is used to strengthen the dough, but it's also found in yoga mats, shoe soles, and shoe soles, according to the Center for Science and Public Interest. That wasn't good.
just interviewed one of the workers from Subway. He was willing to interview us, the first one, and we're not completely sure if he gave us the complete truth. So what he told us is that all the foods and plants used in Subway's foods have no additives and are, for the most part, completely all natural. But from the research that we've done, we found that there is azotocarbonamide, which is a controversial chemical at Subway, and Subway